Hi everyone, let's discuss something about malware. So we are using computers these days. Almost everyone is using computers and we are creating computer networks. So computer in its basic terms is a hardware device. It can have RAM, hard disk, everything there. And now to use that hardware, we need some system software, like we need an operating system. Most of us may be using Windows, maybe Linux, but these are the operating system which we need to take advantage of the hardware available on these computer machines. So we can say these are our friend software. They are helping us to use this hardware. But on the other hand, we also have some malicious software, and these are the software which enter in our computer without our permission, and then once they are in our computer they perform unwanted or harmful activity on our computers. So harmful activity means they can actually display some funny images we don't want on our computer to be displayed, but those funny images can be displayed on the computer screen. For example, they can also display some annoying messages. Maybe they can also delete some files, maybe corrupt some files. They can steal some of our data, or they can also spy on us that whatever activity we are doing here, maybe if you are giving some username and password, they can just capture those things, or they can take the images are the photos of our screen, and even they can damage some of our hardware. So once we have this malicious software in it called malware, and there are different classifications or different kinds of malwares. So we will be discussing about virus, worms, and Trojan horse in this video. First one is virus. So virus is again malicious software. In general, we call it malware, and they actually attach themselves to another program or data file. So for example, we receive an email. In that email, there is a message that we have won some prize. And if we want to claim some prize, then maybe the email can ask us to download some file or just click some link there. So in this way, they actually attach themselves with some other program or data file. And in that one, we have the virus, for which we should be careful when doing these things. And then once the virus is in our computer, this virus has the capability to replicate themselves. So it means they can create copies of themselves. So in our computer, if we have multiple files, so if one file is infected, then that file can actually infect the second file, and the second file also can infect the third file. So in this way, they can replicate or they can propagate between the files on our host machine. And for example, if a user comes and he copies the infected file, maybe using some USB, and then he goes to some other computer and maybe copies those infected files on that computer, so that computer will also be infected by the virus. But in this case, we need some human action for this virus to be propagated to some other computers. But these viruses cannot be remotely controlled. For example, what happens if this computer has been infected by a virus, and if some of the hacker is there who wants to control our computer, they cannot. So this is not possible in the case of virus, but there are other malicious software malware which provide this opportunity for the hacker to control it remotely. We'll discuss in the later slide. So worm. Again, worms is also a malicious software, and they can come to our computer because of some software vulnerability, or maybe again because of some email attachment. So again, they can come from different resources, but once they have entered in a single system, they can make different copies of itself. For like, they can have their different copies, and then they can actually travel from one system to another system on its own. They don't need any human action. So once the system has been infected, the worm can travel from one system to another system by using the networking resources. and they can be remotely controlled by installing a backdoor. So what happens here, if a system has been infected, for example this system has been infected with the worm, and this worm will introduce a gate, a backdoor there, and by using that backdoor, a hacker sitting anywhere in the world can actually access our system and can do all the harmful activities which we discussed in our first slide. Finally, Trojan horse. Again, Trojan horse is also a malicious software, and that malicious software is basically hidden inside other programs which we feel like they are safe or they are normal software. For example, we can download some file or we can download some games, but within that game or within that software, we can have the malicious software there, or also we can click maybe some link on some of the web pages there, and by using that links, that software can enter in our computers. And in most of the cases, those malicious softwares are executable files or executable programs. But the important thing is that they do not replicate themselves and they do not propagate automatically. But the dangerous point about this Trojan horse is that they introduce a backdoor there in the computer systems, and once backdoors has been introduced because of this Trojan horse, now any hacker sitting anywhere can actually control our computer. So it means they can be actually remotely controlled because of this backdoor. And so this was some general discussion about virus, worms, and Trojan horse. We should be careful about uh, these different malicious softwares. And I hope this brief discussion about this malicious software malware was a bit helpful for you. And I hope to see you in some other video. Thank you very much for your time.